One of the most important things you can do as a trader, in fact, I would say the most important thing you can do as a trader, is learn how to effectively read markets. However, that is one of the areas that I see most neglected by retail traders, and that is beginners and even more experienced traders alike. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over what most retail traders tend to gravitate towards instead, and then I'm going to look at why it's so important to learn how to effectively read a market, and I'll give you some very simple things that you can take away and practice, which will help improve your ability to read markets. So when I was learning to trade, over 7 years ago now, there was a lot less information out there on retail trading. There was a lot fewer YouTube channels, a lot fewer websites, a lot fewer articles out there. However, amongst what was there was still a lot of garbage, a lot of nonsense. And what it did was it held me back. It caused me to make mistakes, and it basically extended my learning period to a lot longer than it had to be. And of course, it cost me money. Nowadays, retail trading is enormous. There are so many channels, so many different websites. And if anything, I feel more sorry for people coming to trading now than back when I was learning and there was a lot less information. And the reason for that is there's now so much more that you have to sift through. There's so much more garbage. Now, when you first come to trading and you're learning how to trade, or even if you've been trading for a little while, it can seem enormous. It's very confusing. There's a lot of things to consider. And then what happens is when you start getting into trades, it can be quite frightening. You can start to feel quite anxious because you get into a trade, you have no idea what's going to happen as soon as you hit enter, and your money is on the line. And if you start to lose money repeatedly, it makes you more frightened, more anxious, and it compounds the problem. Now, here is where we see the split of what you should be doing and what most traders then do. When we start to feel like this, we start to look for things to fix the problem. And it tends to be things like a secret sauce. There must be an indicator out there that I haven't discovered. An indicator with a setting that I haven't quite seen that's going to fix things. And nowadays, there's so much information out there that you go onto these channels and 1 week, they post a video, how to professionally trade using stochastics. Next week, how to make money using moving averages. Next week, how to be a professional trader using only the ATR. Next week, a professional trading plan using only the Bollinger Bands, whatever it may be. Now, this might piss some people off, but I really don't care. If you are on trading channels and you're seeing this sort of stuff week after week after week, month after month after month, this is a trading strategy for this is a trading strategy for this is a trading strategy for this, the person's not a trader, okay? They're not a trader. It's as simple as that. I don't care how nice a person they are, how awesome, how charismatic they are not a trader. When you're developing a trading plan, at best, it's going to take you a year. Why is it going to take you a year? Because you have to first of all discover and build the plan. You then have to test the plan. You then have to test the plan across different markets, different volatilities, bullish markets, bearish markets, ranging markets, whatever it may be. And then you have to trade it live. And when you're trading it live, you start to learn if you can effectively deploy the trading plan. And all of those things, as they're going on, the trading plan starts to adjust a little bit, it starts to evolve a little bit, and then at the end of it, you have your trading plan. You cannot come up with a new trading plan every week, every month. I could tomorrow, or I could say, I'm going to do a trading plan on how to effectively make money using the simple moving average, 63 periods. I can then go and find a chart, find a time frame, which will work perfectly. I can go find 4 or 5 certain periods of time where I can show you this working perfectly and explain to you why it's working perfectly. But then when you try to deploy it, it's not going to work because it's a lot of crap. It's people just finding things to post because they're trying to make a business, make all of their income from teaching you guys how to trade. And when that's the case, it becomes more important to push out content. And the reason it's so dangerous is because people risk money when they're trading. There's no other way to dance around it. When you're trading, you're risking money. So that's why it's so important to focus more on building up your trading abilities than trying to find these secret indicators, secret things that you're doing. And if you have a good trading system which uses indicators, you're going to tend to find you have to adjust it as you go. Because if it's a fixed system with fixed indicators, it's going to break down as the market changes volatility, changes from ranging to trending, etc. So that's what most people do. It's exactly what I did, and it's extremely dangerous. And it's becoming more of a problem as trading grows. As people, have 3 winning trades in a row and suddenly think they are qualified to teach people how to trade. So how do you avoid this, and what should you be doing instead? You should be focusing a huge portion of your time on learning how to read markets. Now, I don't mean necessarily this market's making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, it's in a bullish trend. Or this market might be ranging. I don't necessarily mean that. I mean focusing on learning how to pick out the key support and resistance levels. Support and resistance is king. It's the main thing that price action traders use. If you can effectively learn to deploy support and resistance, horizontal or sloping, it doesn't matter. You are 70%, I would say, on the way to having a trading plan. After that, you need to learn how to enter trades, what your stop's going to be, is your stop going to adjust depending on volatility, what's your profit target going to be, etc. So, with support and resistance, how do you start to build up the ability to effectively read markets? It's very, very simple. I still do this today. I have between 5 and 10 markets that I look at, just for practicing on, is what I'm talking about. At the start of each month, what I'll do is I will pick out support and resistance levels on each of those markets, and I'll just mark them in. I'll put the horizontal lines and I'll mark them up with a rectangle. And then each trading day, and I'll do this on the daily time frame. You can do it on whatever time frame you want, but I find daily time frame is the best time frame to give you trading opportunities as you start stepping down the time frames. So every day I'll load the charts up, I'll look at the daily time frames, I'll look at the levels I've marked up, and then for that day, all I will do is mark up which ones I think are the best. So the market may be trading here, I'm only looking at the support and resistance levels just above and just below. I'm thinking to myself, okay, where's the best resistance? Where's the best support? If I was just going to get into trades, as soon as the market touched these levels, which ones would it be? And you start to keep records of doing this, Excel sheets. You can write it on a Word document, whatever you want. Pick out your levels, and then at the end of the day, you look at how the market reacted when it reached those levels. And what this is going to start doing is, first of all, it's going to make you start seeing things over and over and over again. This is called gaining experience. You're going to start to see levels that you're picking that are not working so well. And you're going to start to see levels that you're picking that are working very well. And over time, you're going to start to gain experience. With experience, and with the result sheets of showing you how they're reacting, it's going to start building up your confidence. As you start to build up confidence, when you're getting into trades, when you have your trading plan all set out, you're going to be less anxious. You're going to be less fearful because you can see from your records, from what you're doing, that you are able to pick out these levels effectively. You're able to read markets effectively. That's all you need to do. Load up your charts, mark them up. You can do them at the start of the month like I do, or you can just do it every day if you want. Pick out the levels that you think are the most important. Keep records of why they're the most important. And as you start to develop as a trader, keep doing it. Why do you keep doing it? Think to some sports person, a professional footballer. They become a professional footballer, they're signed by the team of their dreams. Do they then stop going to training? Do they just turn up and play matches? Of course they don't. They train, they're continually training because they can find different ways to approach things. They can improve or they can maintain the level that they're at. This is why it's so important that you continue doing it even if you are an experienced trader. And what you're going to start to see is when you're able to pick out these effective support and resistance levels, you're able to pick out where the buyers and the sellers are going to step into markets, you are so much closer to being a consistently profitable trader. All you're doing then is building around it. How am I going to get into the trades? How am I going to get out of the trades? Does my stop adjust? Does my trading plan need to adjust depending on if it's in a bullish trend, a bearish trend, a ranging market? You don't need these secret ingredient things, these indicators which are going to show you how to do it. This specific stochastic trading strategy, which is this week's video. If you are able to read markets effectively, you are much more likely to become a consistently profitable trader. Why do people avoid it? It takes lots of time. It's building experience. It's making mistakes. It's sitting down at the charts and doing the same thing over and over and over again without necessarily making money because you're building up your experience. People don't want to do that. People want to gravitate towards fast money, fast results, things that are going to show them how to do it now. How many people succeed at making consistent money trading? 15%? 20%? What do you think they're doing? Do you think they're the ones going towards this area? Or do you think those are the ones building up their knowledge, building up their discipline, building up their ability to read markets effectively? Okay guys, so that's everything for this video. Hopefully, as always, it was helpful. And hopefully it's explained to you why I focus so strongly on being able to read markets and why it's so beneficial to you, whether you're a beginner or a more experienced trader. So as always, I hope you're having a fantastic trading week, a fantastic trading month. I'm James Orr, and thank you.